Is manifestation real, or are we just quantum jumping to the life that we're actually meant to be living? Like, everything everywhere all at once is actually spinning me. The butterfly effect. Hang the DJ episode of Black Mirror, my favorite. Everything that I'm watching is telling me that I'm not actually meant to be here. Like, am I actually the master of my own fate and the captain of my own soul? It just so seems that. And a lot of people have different ways that they get there. Some people visualize there, some people affirm there, some people write there, some people do all of them, some people sing there. I think how in everything everywhere all at once they kind of have to do something in the 3D that triggers that gate. So like eat gum, or it would be a random thing, like the more random the better the jump. Almost like you're not meant to think about it. It's meant to happen so fast you don't think about it. And if you keep thinking about it, the less natural it is, because it's now like you're trying to defy laws of nature instead of flow with them. Like it's like you're just changing the frequency on your radio. And I thought, wow, like how could I get a one way to Pahi? And it was like, visualize yourself on the Eurostar holding hands with somebody you've never met. Like, that's the most, I'm not even gonna think about it too much, but like, yeah, it's just left, so it's just left the station, so it just started moving, and we're kind of like really happy. I have my head on their shoulder, and like, yeah, I have my nails done, um yellow French tips. I have loads of like gold rings. My tattoos are redone. I added a few more, and I am recording just like this, and I'm going like that's that, because that has nothing to do with money. The thing that I'm worried, I just went straight to, I'm already the one way to Paris with someone. I was so scared of manifesting with somebody in mind, but it's not that it has to be somebody in mind. That's what The Sims was all about. It doesn't have to be somebody in mind. It can be anybody. In this 8 billion people, there can be somebody who is on the same frequency as me, and I just have to tap into it so that they can make decisions that align them to me. It's not controlled. It is understanding that there is a version of me already doing these things, and I would rather be doing those things. I would rather not worry about how to get there and post to find the one that I can go with together. Because what is a life without love, really? What is a life without love? I want to heal in a relationship. And I've done so much inner work that the only way to test that inner work is to be with somebody else. Like, you can heal all you like, but if your real healing is tested when you're around other people, right? And it should always just be a confirmation of what you've already done. And if it's like almost threatening, then, or sometimes when a subconscious thought comes out or something comes out that you haven't thought of in a while, you get a bit like, whoa. But you're like, no, I have wisdom, I have potential that was untapped before this moment. And I know how to handle this moment. Like, I won't go straight to an argument. Like, I was just taught that. It was what I had seen. And I thought that, oh, the universe wants me to focus on the people that I've already been with. They were like, no, we need you to heal from that. That's why. You're not fantasizing about it. You're healing from what you didn't receive, that the hands of another never felt safe to you, because it's your mind is already living in the frequency of a different set of hands who love you for more than the feeling that they give you, or and the feeling that you give them. You've met in a life before, and you just need to meet again. And and just live it page by page, day by day. That was the point of the one way, to not think about how am I going to get a return? Why do I need a return? All of that stuff. Like, it was literally just for my subconscious. And it was the best thing I could ever do. I thought I had to post everything. I thought I had to do this or do that. Like, that's not true. Like, I can literally post whenever I want, however I want. I can surrender to all possibilities. I can understand that there's a reason that I feel uncomfortable around my mother, which means that there is a version of me that is comfortable around her, but it doesn't mean that she accepts that, that level of comfortability. Yes, I'm comfortable around her in that reality, but what did it take to be that version of me? And do I need to be that version of me? Or do I need to leave an environment that makes me uncomfortable and understand that there is a message that I won't receive while I'm here? Whoever feeds you guides your convictions. And until you realize that you are allowed to look at everything as your provider, especially when you weren't provided for in a way that wasn't with catch. Good things don't come with catches. It comes with sacrifice. Sacrificing everything that you know. Catches and sorrows do not come with good things. That is baggage. That there is, if there is a tie to what you're receiving, if it feels like you are losing something, when this is being translated as a so-called gain in the 3D realm, that is not. If you were providing for somebody, you wouldn't, with your pure heart and intention, you want that person to feel good. You don't want that person to think that they have to give this back. Love is freely given. Love is a decision, and you have to decide to love. It is not a transaction. It is not something that, if somebody says, this is after all I've done for you, how I provide for you, all of these things, if they have to name the reasons for the love instead of loving me for just existing. I want to be loved just because I'm existing. I want to be paid for existing. I know there is a capacity of my brain that understands that. That's why I'm saying it. I can't think of something that doesn't exist, but I'm not receiving all the downloads and the answers yet, because there's a process to this. We've got to let time unfold, and I fully believe that no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. But it all starts here. It doesn't start outside in the 3D. It starts here. The light is here, and it's coming back to take back everything that the darkness stole, including my time. I am redeeming my time in all ways, shapes, and forms. And I will be traveling alone, but I will understand that I will not reject the help of somebody who wants to love me just because I'm here, just because I'm existing. I will not reject the love that the universe wants to give me because maybe because I'm not used to it, or I haven't seen it, or I am seeing it with my own eyes, and I record it to see it again with my own eyes, and for reflections of me to see it with their own eyes, that they can have this in their reality, that love exists, that money exists even if the 3D says it's not in my bank account. A loving mother exists even if my mother can't translate that to me, right? Even if I've never seen that. A loving relationship for me, somebody who loves me just for me, somebody who looks at me and just knows that this is the one, like, and I just know that this is the one that I'm meant to be talking to right now. This is the one I'm meant to be connecting with. This is a line. It doesn't mean it's going to be forever smooth. It means that it's divine, and it doesn't matter what the 3D says. I will go for what is beyond me. I will allow myself to be paid for things, to be paid for by people who love me. It's not every day somebody's trying to get out, somebody's out to get me. All the people that have paid for me, it's all to distort what is going on in my mind. It's all to try and tell me that it's in my mind, and it's not true. I am not going to die. And if I heard subconscious thoughts before telling me I'm going to die, I can have conscious thoughts telling me I'm going to live. Me speaking, I'm doing the reverse. I'm telling myself by telling you that you are not going to die, that life that you want. And I am not afraid to say I want love. Like, I am actually not afraid to say that I want to do shrooms with the one I'm in love with, that I want reciprocated love, that I want to have a love so deep that makes me so like sexually free and fluid, that makes me fully masculine and fully feminine, that makes me balanced, that reminds me that all that is needed is within, that the 3D responds to the love that we create together, that nothing is a burden for me and everything is a lesson. I choose what to accept and reject in my reality, that I already have packs on the Sims 4 game. I'm even creating my own pack, that I'm going to be working with EA, that I'm going to create my own Sims game, that I'm going to be a spiritual life coach for people, roll up with them on the phone, talk with them, and all of these things. Like, I can make a living from these things because I am already doing it and somebody's already done it. So it's like, bro, like, even when one person says that they like what I have to say, not that it's about the people, but I'm saying the people are just saying what I'm already thinking. And I shouldn't be dissing the positive comments just because of the lack of it before and the negative ones that I would receive. And I've just been so used to people who don't express themselves, and I finally have broken that, and it feels liberating to know that if you really are just still a no, that everything is coming to you not because you earned it, but because right, yeah. You earned it not because you labored for it, but because it was always yours. Because you deserve this more than anybody. Because if you don't take the blessing, somebody else will. If you don't confront the things that are going on within, somebody else will have to. Like, life doesn't end, energy is transferred, and I choose to use all of this energy within me to transform and transfer a different kind of love, a deep love that I know exists, which means that people are waiting for me and I am waiting for people. What I am speaking of, I see it. I see myself smiling and laughing until I can't no more. I see the way women like they turn when you really like a man and you're sitting next to him and you like turn your legs towards him, like you turn your whole body to him to be fully engaged in their conversation. Like, they don't even realize they're doing these little things that I've observed. I'm like, what is stopping me from being there? And it's just me. It's not because of what's happened, because the universe won't put me with those same people unless I think I deserve those same people. Unless I think that these people are all that it is. But if I've learned the lesson, and in the other video I told you that there was three um people that came into mind that I had to block when I was listening to her against me by her. You brought all the issues, and mine was staying with you. Don't hold it against me. So right now, I bet you all three of them are thinking, whoa, like, why can't I send any messages to her? But that's the point, because there is somebody waiting for me. But that version, I had to tap into that reality. If they're fantasizing about me, but I'm in the 3D, not even like this version of me isn't even grasping them, then it just makes it longer. It has to naturally flow. It has to naturally flow that like I bump into somebody and like I look at them and I'm like, whoa. That I'm making a video and somebody comes up to me and starts talking to me, or an angel just comes up behind me and is like, hey, I've been hearing you talking from back there. I just think, you know, you think these things are jokes until they happen, and I'm one face in billions. So even if it doesn't happen, what a shame. At least it's not you that did it, it was me. At least this version of me had the audacity to think beyond. Because the days are going, y'all. And I'm closer to my death. So, and death means rebirth. So it's actually all about what I do here. And I'm going to live my life. Amen.